Here we have a pre-owned 2012 Mercedes-Benz E350 4MATIC. This one comes in diamond white metallic, and then I believe it's called almond. That's what we have for the leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 302 horsepower naturally aspirated V6 engine, made it to a 7-speed automatic transmission. And this has, I think, 89,000 and some change in terms of mileage. But as we come around to the front end here, we have the halogen headlamps. But even for a 2012, I love the front end here. We have those LED lights down below there. Pretty much running lights. They don't do much, but they look good at night. So I mean, this one's in pretty good shape. Where it is that tri-coat paint, you do have a few scuffs throughout where that's come undone. But I mean, again, for the most part, especially in white, it's kind of hard to see unless it's big time damage, those few scuffs. But here we have 17-inch aluminum wheels, and these have been curbed a little bit, but easy fix for the most part. And then over here to the driver door panel, I love that wood grain look there. The Harman Kardon sound system sounds great. I just tested it out. And then we have power door lock controls here, power seat controls here. 3 functions for memory seat for the driver and front passenger, and you can set that by hitting the M, holding the number you want to set it to, and then you can just recall by holding any of those numbers. Now, power mirror controls are here. You can pick a side and then adjust using the dial in the middle. And then we have one-touch automatic up and down windows in all 4 doors. Rear window lock there. Trunk release here. Pretty good size storage pocket there. And then for the electronic, or not the electronic, but for the manual parking brake, you can push the pedal to get it going and then pull this to release it. Sorry, that siren kind of threw me off. But headlamp controls are here. You can adjust all of that there. And then we do have a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and there's the latch for that. And then 4-way power lumbar support control right there. And then we do have a little storage pocket right in there. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna take a quick look at the rear seat room. I'm gonna try and squeeze in here. And actually, the legroom is not that bad. What's really taking up the space is just how, I guess, cumbersome the seat is. Very wide and very far back. I could probably scoot it up a little bit to fit somebody back here, but seat back pockets on both sides. 12 volts, little ashtray here. Rear AC vents. And then our middle seat folds down. And then storage is here. Cup holders are there. They're kind of an awkward position there. What's neat is you do have a netted pocket here if you want to keep like a, I don't know, a sheet of paper that's important, maybe the title or something. I mean, I don't want to do that, but just a couple sheets of paper that might be important to you, you can keep hidden there. And then your reading lights are right here. That's pretty neat. Grab handle, and I love how they did this hook. You could probably hang 1 or 2 plastic hangers on there and then several metal hanger hooks. And then I do have the rear shade up now. That's still in great working order. That actually surprised me because most cars this age, when I test that out, they're either creaking or doing something wild. But as we come around to the back end here, we do get LED tail lights. And I just like the overall stance of that for it to be a 2012 especially. It just looks great. But there is the trunk space, and it is a nice wide area because you don't have pockets on the side or anything, but you do have a netted side pocket if you want to squeeze some stuff in there. This one has a first aid kit among other things. 12 volt back there, and another netted pocket. You could pull that up, or you can pull it down to get back here, whatever. And then underneath this, we do have the spare. It's hidden way back in there. So you can see it there. I don't want to undo all this, but there's a spare tire underneath there. And then to pull your rear seats down, Just hit that latch there and you can see how much space you'll get from doing that. Let's go ahead and check that out firsthand. Fuel cap there. Just pull that down, folds flat. You can run longer objects through. Top tether's there, and then your anchors are right down underneath there. And then to the front passenger seat, again, 4-way power lumbar support, storage compartment, memory seat functions and power seat functions, all that there. I mean, even the headrest is still power, which is great. Then we have a pocket here, lockable glove compartment here. Owner's manuals are still in this one. That's a pretty hefty book. And then I think I forgot to hit the latch. I always forget to hit the latch on these to pop the hood. So we're gonna do that and take a look at what's underneath it. Mostly because it's always back under here hidden. Okay, so pop that, latch is right here. And there's that 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. I just hurt my hand. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat, take a quick look at the infotainment system and all that. So one of my favorite things about this E350 in particular is the wood grain throughout, but especially on the steering wheel, it just looks so exquisite. I love that about this car. And then having the leather on the sides is nice as well. But over here to the screen here, I have the navigation up. Hazards are there. Now this is a 2012, so we don't have a touch screen. Everything has to be done from here or here. So I can go through the knob, kind of like zoom in and out on the screen, use this back button here, all of that. But if I want to go to, let's say, another screen, I have to hit radio. And then another thing I don't like is the volume. You have to literally turn it down slowly. You can't just like turn it down really quickly. It ain't gonna do nothing. You gotta go and then slowly turn it all the way down. Or you can just turn the whole system off here, and then you have a mute button here. So it's nice you have all of that. But within here, I can use this knob and go through audio sources, AM, FM, XM, even have Bluetooth audio on this and an aux input. So it has everything you need, including a CD player for those that don't like that all your new cars don't have that. So phone is there, video, all of your system settings are in here. So you can change the time, language, etc. And then you do have video settings in there. I might have just broken the thing, but anyways, you can go through your 6 CD changer here, and then telephone, and again, everything has a shortcut, including the Bluetooth. So just love how it's set up. And then this is actually radio station presets when you're just in your normal mode. And then you have that rear window shade button there. I just love the sound as well. So I'm gonna pull that down, and while I'm up here, I'm gonna pull that shade for the sunroof. But just a neat system here for it to be a dated system in today's times. But we have 3-stage heated seats for the front. I don't know what that sound, it might be the AC, but let's see if I can get the backup camera up. There's the backup camera there. And again, for it to be a 2012, it's a pretty good picture. And down here we have the dual zone climate controls. We do have a 1-stage auto mode here. And where you can see this car kind of aging is these little cheap, I guess, plastic pieces are coming up. But I mean, once it's up, the buttons still work themselves. It just doesn't look as nice, but don't really care. And then your mode, I like that you can kind of go through where the airflow is coming from there. And then your defrosters right there. You can turn the whole system off if you want to. So it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it does everything you need it to. So I like that. It's very minimalist in my opinion. Now that's just a little getting caught on something where that's aging there. So you kind of have to pull it to get it back. But we do have the bottle holders here. I think it's where the, I think that right there is the ashtray for up here. But we have a 12-volt bottle holders. And then here, we can change this from the eco to sport mode. And then again, there's that knob there. Pull up here to get to the center console cubby space. You have a USB, so if you want to hook up your iPod or whatever, you can do that. There's the aux there. And another actual USB-A port, so that's pretty neat. Up here, reading lights. There's one touch for the sunroof. Goes all the way back. Same thing to close it. And for the shifter, pull down for drive, tap up for neutral, pull all the way up for reverse, press P for park. Paddle shifters are behind the steering wheel. Cruise controls right there. And then windshield wiper controls are right here. So your intermittent modes here, then you have low, high, and then off right there. And then just push that in to get that front wiper fluid. There are those blinkers. Now, on the steering wheel itself, you can go through the center console, or not the center console, the center stack here in the gauge cluster, just by going up and down here, and then go through actual sub-menus, scrolling that way. So all that's there. Back buttons here. There's the horn, voice recognition, mute button here, volume, Bluetooth buttons are here. And then if you want to change your units, how do you do that? I forgot already. Mercedes is a little different. But you could just go in here, settings, and then change your speed from miles to kilometers. And you can do all of that within there. So it's different than what I'm used to in most vehicles, but you can find it for whatever reason you do want to change your speed settings. And there's the key there in the ignition. But next, again, this has what? 89,804 miles. Let's go ahead and see how this E350 4MATIC does when we take it out on the road for a quick test drive.